Today, we are going to make some grass. No, I'm not in Colorado, so it's not going to be that kind of grass. It's our techniques that are so simple and sensible, your modelers will practically build themselves. Hello folks, it's Mad Dog Merv. Today, we're going to look at one of the old model builds that I did a few years ago. I got looking at some pictures of some of the things that I've done over the years, and this one is really, really unique. I have a little shop in 1/25th scale, a shop and a garage and all sorts of really cool stuff besides just the 1/25th scale cars and hot rods and dragsters, funny cars and things like that. I have a bunch of stuff in 1/25th scale. Anyway, there's one thing that I thought would be kind of fun. I mean, at a drag strip, you see motorhomes a lot, right? These motorhomes that are either towing the hot rods or people coming to view. And so today, we're going to look at a build that I did of a motorhome. And there's actually a kit out there, and we'll talk about the kit. We'll talk about all of this stuff I had to do to get this thing together and how it turned out. So stick with us as Mad Dog Merv looks at, well, the 1/25th scale motorhome he built.
A few years back, I was at the local hobby store, and I saw this from Model King. It's a re-release of an old AMT kit. Actually, the Open Road Camper was one release. The Racer's Wedge was another release, but Model King put them together in this box, and you got the 2 for 1, which was actually a really nice deal. The Racer's Wedge portion of this we'll cover in another video because I did build it and have something going on there. But today we're going to talk about this Open Road Camper. And there was somebody that I used to work with that had one on a like a 70 Ford chassis, but where I worked, there was this GMC parked just down the street that was very similar to this kit that I had, the 72 GMC stepside. And I thought, I'm going to use this cab and this kit for this motorhome. Now keep in mind, the camper was just kind of it had 2 wheels on it and kind of a freewheeling camper. I'm actually going to put it on a chassis and make a motorhome out of it. So we won't go through the step-by-step build of it because, well, I just didn't do that. But here's the finished product, but we will talk about how I built it as we go through all of these pictures. So you can see in the finished product, what I decided to do is I took a Tester's, just a small bottle of gloss orange paint. And I always reduce my paint with lacquer thinner and spray it right on. This one I had actually primed with some Krylon 2X gray primer before I did it and just sprayed the orange on. I liked the way that GMC by my work looked, and I thought, well, this is going to be fine. So it was orange and white. Of course, most Class C motorhomes or campers of that period of time were white with quite often some other color involved. I had one that was white with brown, and I thought it would be appropriate to just put the orange on that as well. So for the engine, well, I did put wires on it. I put I can't remember what this air cleaner was called. I think it was called the Wedge. And just dressed up the engine compartment a little bit. Figured everybody kind of used to have in these older trucks. They used to soup them up a little bit when they were towing something. So I did the same thing here. I even, actually I didn't put headers on this. Most guys would put headers on their old truck. But anyway, this is how the engine compartment turned out, and definitely like how it looks. Most of the time I got the hood down on it anyway. So at the other end is the back of the camper slash motorhome, and this whole panel just folds right on down. The idea was to have this sliding glass door, and you could just walk out onto this board. I can't imagine that was very thick. I can't imagine that would have worked out really good, but anyway, this is how the model kit came. So it's kind of nice. You just flip that down, and you've got the glass door, can see in, all that kind of really cool stuff. So let's look a little bit at the interior. So I decided I just built the interior straight from the box. However, there was a bunch of chrome to simulate the stainless steel sink, the stainless steel stove, and the range hood, and I just left those alone. I actually didn't dull coat those at all. I left them alone. And I painted most of the interior in kind of a tannish wood color. And I believe this was just like Tester's Dunkelgelb is what I painted this. And I think it turned out good as far as kind of a simulated pine wood color. The darker color, obviously, that's like a Panzer dark brown, believe it or not. And that's what I painted the doors and some of the other trim inside the interior. The refrigerator, of course, well, it's white. I think back in the 70s, pretty much anything was either white or avocado green, and there was no way I was going to do an avocado green in this in this thing. So, although it would have been, more authentic towards the 70s. Here's a look at the other side of the camper, where the motorhome, where the door actually is, and you see it's got the clear glass in it, the vent for the stove, the air intake for the range hood, all of that kind of stuff. I mean, very, very authentic looking. So up at the very front, the part that goes over the cab is a bed. And I thought, well, you got to have a bedspread, right? And it does kind of have some quilted look to it. I went ahead and I took this decal that I had, this surfer decal, I put it on there. I used lots of Solvaset to get it to sink in really good. And I think it turned out pretty good as a blanket. And you'll notice that there's a poster on the back of the wardrobe cabinet there. But here's a better picture of that. That it's a woody surfer decal that I had for the blanket. Again, trying to simulate what would look like a blanket up there. Here you can see the refrigerator and the heater unit for the motorhome very, very clearly in this particular photo. And also the bench type seating with the overhead cupboards. You see the overhead cupboards really well there over the bench seating for the table. Now on the table, I did the same thing for the wood. I sprayed it with that Dunkelgelb, and then I did some brush strokes. I actually went back over it and brushed it to give it kind of a wood grain appearance. Then I put a decal on there. I wanted to have this gal in a bikini decal. I had this decal, and I went ahead and put that on there. I thought, if this was going to be my camper back then, yeah, of course I'd have something really cool like that there. Now I wanted to give it more of a modern flair. So something that would be at the racetrack currently. So this is supposed to be a restored unit here. You can see there's a laptop. Of course, you're going to be, today you're always going to be connected and hooked up to Wi-Fi. Here's another shot of the blanket and the poster that is right there by the bed in the front. So here's a good picture of the that area, the overhang, and you can see I used bare metal foil bright chrome for most of my trim on this vehicle. It's not something I normally do, but I wanted to try it here, and it seemed to turn out very, very good. So you can judge for yourself how you feel about it. Now on the interior, I might point out here, there's a beer stein on the table, but there's also a magazine there on the bench, and that's actually Autobuff, which was only around for a couple of years. But hey, Girls and Cars, great magazine back in the day. Anyway. Here's a view from the rear quarter and gives you a good sense of what the taillights look like. I put a Utah license plate. Of course, all the stuff I do, I always put a Utah license plate that's shrunken down. And so this was just a random Utah license plate that I had that I put on the back of this particular machine. For the wheels, well, the wheels were kind of a custom, can't really see them good, but kind of a custom wheel that comes with that GMC truck. And I'll tell you what, for the for the suspension, the reason there's no pictures is all I did was I just kind of made a box suspension out of tube styrene, and glued the suspension from the AMT kit, the truck kit, the short bed truck kit. I just glued that in place, and I added an extra rim, so it was kind of a dually type of thing. You can see it doesn't have a whole lot of ground clearance, but hey, hopefully you like this, and we'll cover some more of my weird stuff in other videos. Thanks for watching, folks.